Hello everyone, welcome to Book of Motivation channel. I'm very excited to talk to you today because what I'm about to share with you is something that completely changed my life, and I believe it can change yours too. Today I want to talk to you about something called why you need to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. My friends, I know what you're thinking. Jack, 5 a.m.? That's too early. But let me tell you something I've learned through years of struggle, failure, and success. The people who win in life are not the ones who sleep the most. They are the ones who use their time the best. When I was young, I was not the smartest student. I failed my exams. I failed to get a job at KFC. I was rejected by Harvard 10 times. But I learned one thing. Discipline is more powerful than talent. And the discipline of waking up early is one of the most powerful than talent. And the discipline of waking up early is one of the most powerful habits you can ever build. Because when you wake up at 5 a.m., you are not just waking up early, you are waking up with purpose, clarity, and control over your life. Most people start their day reacting to the world. They wake up late, they rush, they complain about not having enough time. But the truth is, time is equal for everyone. You, me, and the most successful person in the world. We all get 24 hours. The difference is how we use those hours. At 5 a.m., the world is silent. The noise of the city is gone. The distractions are sleeping and your mind is at peace. That silence is not emptiness, it's power. It's the time when your thoughts are pure, your focus is sharp, and your creativity is alive. I always tell young people, if you want to change your life, change your morning. Don't start your day with chaos. Start it with clarity. When I began waking up at 5 a.m., my life changed in ways I never imagined. I stopped chasing time. I started leading it. Instead of reacting to problems, I began creating solutions before they appeared. I realized that success is not built during the day when everyone is busy. It's built in the early hours when everyone is sleeping. Let me tell you how it works. When you wake up at 5 a.m., don't just open your eyes, open your mind. The first thing I do is sit in silence for 10 minutes. No phone, no news, no messages, just me and my thoughts. This is your time to connect with yourself, to remind yourself who you are and what you're fighting for. Because before you can conquer the world, you must first conquer your mind. After that, I move my body. It doesn't matter whether you go to the gym, take a walk, or just stretch. The goal is to remind yourself that you are alive. When you move your body, your energy rises and your mind becomes alert. You're not just waking up your body, you're waking up your potential. Then, I plan my day. I write down the 3 most important things I must do today. Not 10, not 20, just 3. Why? Because success is not about doing everything. It's about doing what matters most. And when you plan at 5 a.m., your mind is clear enough to know what really matters. You make decisions with wisdom, not pressure. After that, I spend at least 30 minutes learning something new. I read a few pages of a book, listen to an audiobook, or study something about business, people, or life. Because the more you learn, the more you earn, not just money, but respect, confidence, and understanding. You see, early mornings are your golden hours for self-investment. During the day, you give your time to others, your boss, your clients, your family. But the morning is for you. It's your private time to build yourself quietly before the world wakes up. Now, I want to share something from my own journey. In the early days of Alibaba, I used to stay up late every night. I thought working longer hours meant I was working harder. But over time, I realized something was wrong. I was tired, reactive, and losing focus. I was making decisions out of stress, not wisdom. Then one day, I met a mentor who told me, Jack, successful people don't chase time. They schedule their success. That hit me hard. I started waking up at 5 a.m. The first week was terrible. I felt sleepy. My body resisted, my mind complained. But I pushed through because I knew discipline is built through discomfort. After 2 weeks, I noticed something magical. I wasn't tired anymore. I was calm, focused, and productive. I had more energy, not less. And my team noticed it too. The way I communicated, the way I thought, it all changed. Waking up early gave me a secret advantage. When the world was still sleeping, I was already learning, planning, and preparing. When others started their day with noise, I started mine with clarity. That's when I realized success doesn't come from luck, it comes from preparation. And the best preparation happens in the quiet hours before sunrise. Let me give you a step-by-step guide that anyone, no matter how busy, can follow. Step 1, go to bed earlier. If you want to wake up at 5 a.m., you can't go to bed at midnight. Discipline begins the night before. Prepare your body by sleeping early and preparing your mind by setting your intentions for tomorrow. Step 2, when your alarm rings at 5 a.m., don't hit snooze. The snooze button is the first sign of weakness. It tells your brain that comfort is more important than commitment. Train yourself to get up immediately. That single action sets the tone for your day. Step 3, drink water, stretch, and breathe deeply. Your body has been resting for hours. Now it needs oxygen, hydration, and energy. Step 4, spend 10-15 minutes in silence or meditation. This builds focus and peace. Step 5, exercise or move your body for at least 20-30 minutes. Physical movement builds mental strength. Step 6, read, listen, or learn something new. This sharpens your mind. Step 7, write down your goals, affirmations, or reflections. When you write your goals in the morning, your subconscious mind begins to work on them all day long. Step 8, visualize the person you want to become. Calm, confident, and in control. Because every day you are not just living, you are building yourself. You see, people always ask me, Jack, what's the secret to success? And I tell them, it's not luck, it's not money, it's not connections. It's discipline. It's the ability to do what others won't. When others are sleeping, you're working. When others are wasting time, you're learning. When others are comfortable, you're growing. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. The world belongs to those who wake up early because they have the courage to lead their lives intentionally. Every great leader I've met, from business to sports to science, they all have one thing in common. They respect the morning. They treat it as sacred time because they understand that the way you start your morning determines the way you live your life. If you start your day with purpose, you live your life with direction. If you start your day with chaos, you live your life with confusion. That's the truth. When you master your morning, you master your life. Now let me speak to the younger generation directly. Many young people today stay up late scrolling on their phones, watching videos, playing games, or chatting with friends. They wake up tired, unmotivated, and then complain that life is unfair. But life is not unfair. Your habits are. You can't expect to win the race if you spend all night sleeping at the starting line. Success doesn't come to those who wish. It comes to those who work while others rest. Every time you wake up at 5 a.m., you're telling your future, I'm ready. You're telling your dreams, I'm serious. And you're telling your fears, you don't control me anymore. That's powerful. That's how you build confidence, by keeping promises to yourself. And the promise to wake up early is one of the strongest promises you can make. Because every morning you wake up early, you're saying, I'm taking control of my destiny. I remember when Alibaba was just starting, there were days when we didn't know if we'd survive. We had no money, no support, and no guarantees. But every morning I woke up early, looked at the sunrise, and said to myself, Jack, keep going. That became my ritual, my anchor. When you wake up early, you remind yourself that every day is a new opportunity. You stop carrying yesterday's failures into today. You stop blaming and start creating. You stop waiting and start acting. You see, the morning is symbolic. It represents new beginnings. Every sunrise is a second chance. And when you choose to wake up at 5 a.m., you're telling life that you're not waiting for chances, you're creating them. Let's talk about energy. People often say, Jack, I don't have the energy to wake up early. But I tell them energy doesn't come from sleeping more, it comes from living with purpose. You could sleep 10 hours and still feel tired if your life has no direction. But if you have a clear goal, even 5 hours can feel enough. Purpose gives power. When you wake up early for a reason bigger than comfort, your energy multiplies. The body follows the mind, and the mind follows your purpose. So don't wake up early just because Jack Ma said so. Wake up because you have a dream to chase, a skill to build, a goal to reach. Wake up because you want to give your best to this life before it's too late. Because time doesn't wait for anyone. Not me, not you, not the richest man in the world. Every day that passes without growth is a day lost forever. Now, I want to be honest. Waking up at 5 a.m. is not easy. The first few weeks will test you. Your body will complain, your friends might laugh, you might even question if it's worth it. But that's where success begins, in discomfort. Growth never happens in the comfort zone. I always tell my team, if it's easy, everyone would do it. The reason most people never reach their potential is because they choose comfort over commitment. But when you wake up early, you are training yourself to be different. You are training your mind to obey your goals, not your emotions. That's what leaders do. That's what winners do. Every great person in history, from scientists to artists to entrepreneurs, understood this truth. Mornings are sacred. They use that time to think, to plan, to build, to dream. So if you want to join them, start small. Start with one morning, then 2, then 3. Before you know it, you'll never want to go back to the old version of yourself. And here's something powerful. Waking up early is not just about productivity, it's about peace. When you start your day before everyone else, you feel connected to something bigger. You see the sunrise, you hear the birds, you feel the world waking up. That moment reminds you how beautiful life really is. It gives you gratitude, and gratitude gives you strength. Because when you start your day with appreciation, the rest of the day flows differently. You stop complaining, you stop comparing, you start creating. You become more patient, more focused, and more positive, and people notice it. Your energy changes, your presence changes. You become someone others look up to. That's the magic of waking up early. It changes not only your schedule, but your soul. So my message to you today is simple. Don't let another year pass living the same way. Don't wait for motivation. Create discipline. Don't wait for inspiration. Create habits. Start tomorrow morning. Set your alarm for 5 a.m. and when it rings, rise with determination. Remind yourself that every great story starts with one small decision. This is yours. Wake up, take control, build your routine, and step into the quiet power of the morning. Because success is not found in the crowd. It's found in the silence before the crowd wakes up. The world belongs to those who prepare for it while others sleep. So rise early, dream big, and never forget your future begins the moment you open your eyes at 5 a.m. If you love this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to get daily motivation video